Hey there, slot car adventurers, back again this week, getting in the Christmas spirit. Got my little bell hat on, my little elf hat. So I told Hub we'd all be dressing up like little elves and shit. Yeah, God, he's a party pooper, isn't he? He didn't really appreciate his little elf costume that you would have seen at the end of last week's episode. Yeah, he didn't really like it. His wife loved it. We all loved it. We thought it was awesome. And I've got my elf hat ready to go. So come on, Hub, get in the spirit. Don't be such a party pooper. Put on your little costume and start doing a little dance. Get all those presents ready for the kids and the family and everything. Get cracking, mate. Get into it. See, you got a bell. See, it's a good look, isn't it? Folks, we've been getting in the Christmas spirit, all right. Look at this. This has come from Pat at Pat Slots. He's sent me 3 of his Scalextric Formula Ones to add to my collection, and I sent him one of my Carrera Porsches as well as one of the slotted Porsches. He's very happy with those. They fly in his new track. We've all been swapping cars this week, getting in the spirit. Lots of good fun. Now, while I mention those cars, there's a bit of a bet on between me and Slot Car Hub. Yes, a challenge has been made and there is a wager. There is a wager. So when we get to Pat's place in a few weeks' time in the new year, one of Hub's specially tuned Revo slots will be up against one of my not so specially tuned Carrera Porsches. I've been told to pull the magnets out, so I've done that. It's a non-magnet race, apparently. And I don't know if this is going to be a fair race, but I have agreed to it, and I have agreed to... That's probably him now with more terms and conditions. Yes, it's... yeah, basically, if his car wins, it'll be a timed race. Pat's going to be running the cars. If Slot Car Hub's car wins, I've got to build him, supply and build and weather and paint and everything, and deliver another twin adjustable headlight from Magnetic Raceway, as he refers to them. Did you hear that on his video? So yes, Magnetic Raceway, that's the new name. Magnetic Racing. I really like this. I want to hang on to this. I only just got it. I don't want to give it away. Gee whiz. He wants another bloody light, yeah. And if I win, if the Carrera car gets up and wins somehow, he's got to tune a bunch of other cars for me. Well, I did say 2. I'd like it to be a bunch, you know, more of these Revos. This one's being tuned. There's 2 down there, 2 of the Marlboro, what are they, like these? McLarens, yes. I haven't got them back yet. He was joking about putting them on eBay. Oh, I thought he was joking. Another week or 2 have gone by and they're still not. But did anyone see 2 Marlboro McLarens on eBay? You didn't bid for them. I hope not. They better bloody get back here. I'll be very upset. Anyway, a wager has been set. This is going to make it very exciting. Whose car will win? Wouldn't it be cool if the Carrera got up and won? That'd wipe the smile off his face, wouldn't it? Yes. Then again, when I took the magnets out, it was a bit slippy, slidey and a bit shit. I am worried. I'm not confident. He's very confident. I'm not confident at all. Yeah. Maybe I just freely gave that light away. I don't know. I've got to build it too. The things... The predicaments we get ourselves into. I know I can relate to Betty now. Speaking of Betty, apparently, and you didn't hear this from me. Well, you actually did, because it's me talking, isn't it? Well, she might be heading off to Italy after she's finished at Wildman's place. Not sure. It's up to her, but something about Italy. Something's going on, so... keep tuned in to see where that goes. We might have an Italian trip for young Betty. Who knows where she's going? What's in Italy that's slot car related? I wonder what's over there. There's all sorts of touristy things. Wonder if she's going to Pompeii. That'd be interesting to see. Hang on, isn't there? There's something going on in Italy. Something slot car related. Interesting. Well, we'll have to see what happens there. Anyway, just speculation at this time. We'll have to tune in the new year, see what that's about, where that leads. I hope she's looking after Wildman all right, or he's looking after Betty. I wonder what they're getting up to. Has anybody seen any Wildman videos? Are there any Wildman videos in the wild yet? Betty should have been there by now. I haven't seen anything. I guess we better have a look. Well, this week I'm going to start doing some prep work on my Scalextric Batmobiles. I'm getting ready to shoot an awesome, very cool Batmobiles cinematic on this layer, utilising the cave, the mine shaft cave, utilising the chute, utilising everything. I'm going to make a bit of a story. I've got 4 different Batmobiles to feature, and I've got other vehicles to throw into the action as well. There's got to be some bad guys, hasn't there? Anything could happen. So that's coming up, but I did see a video on Swift Slots recently. He did a Batmobile video, and it's actually fully inspired me. I totally agree with what he did to his cars, and now I want to do the same. And this is going to be a great exercise, so let's have a closer look at that. I'll explain what I'm up to, and in order to do that, we need to go next door to the Tinker Table. See you there. Okie dokie, slot car adventurers. Quite a few weeks back, I mentioned I'm going to be putting together a Batmobiles cinematic, and yes, I'm working towards that, but there was something that was bugging me with these Scalextric Batmobiles is a lack of light. Yes, like this new one. Don't get me wrong, I think they did a great job. They did a brilliant job on the packaging, but on the back, there's no jet light. Like, what's that about? No jet light. Got these little ones either side, but what's the point not having the centre jet lighting up? And the same with the tumbler. It's got a little silver one on the back there, but no light. It's like, what on earth? How could you engineer these things and leave that out? There's got to be a good reason. I hope it's not a problematic reason, like too much strain on the whatever's inside. I don't know, but anyway, saw a video from Swift Slots a couple of weeks back, and by some sheer coincidence, he too is doing a Batmobiles episode, just out of the blue, and great video. He installed some lights. I went, yes, I agree, yes, that need more lights. So I've had a little chat to my friend Pat, who's a bit of a whiz with LED lights and that, and he put me on to J Car Electronics here in Australia. I went in there and told him exactly what I was doing, and apparently this is what I need. So I got 3, I think these are red LEDs for, well, I've only got 2 Batmobiles here, the other one I've got to go get, but there's 3 that I'm going to modify. I'm going to attempt to. So apparently you can just wire these straight onto the engine without upsetting the other wiring. On the positive, you're using this resistor. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. And it's supposed to bring the current down to 3 volts so these don't go poppity-doo-dah. So, Batmobile, look at all those extra bits it's got. It hasn't got a bloody light in the rocket, though. You forgot that, didn't you? You forgot the most important part. Kids all over the world are pissed off. They got this on the track and there's no bloody rocket light. That's all they were counting on. They wanted to see the rocket light light up at the back. No rocket light. Awesome, yeah. How can you get that wrong? And on this one, no rocket light. There's the rocket light there. See it? It's there, but there's no LED. Doesn't light up. What? How can you build that? How can you do that on the design board? Here's the rocket, oh yeah. And then they forget to put a light in it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm sure they've got a good reason. We're going to try and alleviate that issue just like Swift Slots did. He did a fantastic job. That was a great video, by the way, guys. Go and check out his Batmobile video. Now, my Batmobile's cinematic is going to be something completely different. It's going to be exactly as the name suggests. It's going to be sort of like a movie-like sequence shot on my track in there. But I do want these things to light up and be awesome. So I'm going to now attempt to do what I saw on Swift Slots. I hope I've got the right bits and pieces. Yeah, I'm just realising I'm about to drill holes in these. Do I really want to do that? Jeez, what am I doing? Oh, bugger it, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's drill some holes. Where's the drill? Okay, I've got the fake Batman body off the fake Batman slot car. And here's a peek up its rear little bunghole. Yeah, see? There's nothing there. It's plastic. If you look on this side, it's flat. So what I've got to do now is take this and shove it up its bunghole accurately in the centre, right on the bullseye. And then we'll bung one of these, poking out, hopefully. And I think the guy at Swift Slot painted the inside with some sort of reflective paint. That's a great idea, actually. I might do that. I can't remember if I got ambers or reds. I'm hoping they're reds. Fiery red would look cool. Yeah, like, you know, there's a bloody turbine on the turbine, not a turban. That'd be a different kind of air. There's a turbine on the front. It's a bloody rocket. See? Where's the fucking light? Where's the bloody light? How can they get that wrong? Oh my God! Someone needs to be fired, I reckon. All the poor kids around the world are just so sad. They don't even run these anymore. It's up on the shelf in its box. It looks fantastic. You know, packaging department got it right. Bloody superb. But how can you forget to put a bloody rocket light in the rocket with a great big turbine? Not a turban, a turbine in the front. I don't get it. I don't get it. Please, someone explain to me. And don't go, oh yeah, because there's nothing in here. Look, there's bugger all. Plenty of room. It's more or less empty. There's so much space. And we're putting in as one of these. How can they forget that? I don't get it. I don't get it. Harping on about it. Yes, I know, because it's ridiculous. Anyway, let's press on. I'm about to drill a great big hole in the bunghole, and hopefully this works out. Yeah, does it ever? I don't know. All right. I have drilled the hole. Yeah. Not exactly a nice, even hole. I had to file out a bit with one of my trusty guitar files. But this LED fits snugly in there. It'll be glued in place, and as you can see, it's not bad at all. So next thing I will do is take a leaf out of Robert Swift Slot's book, and I will paint the inside of that. What will I do? What colour? Might go platter. Silver's a good one. It's shiny. It'll light up nicely. Yeah, I've got a couple of those. Oh, plenty left. Yeah, let's do that. Or, yeah, I think that'll do it. Let's do it. All right, that's done. Look, the inside of it's nice, shiny silver. Pretty good match for the detail on the outside. Is there anything else? Any extra features we could add? No, I think I'll quit while I'm ahead. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. That's good. Put that aside to dry. Yeah, very good. And we'll wash this up. Want anything underneath? We want to paint silver? Not really. No, leave it alone. Definitely quit while it... Oh, hang on. What about the inside of those? That looks a bit ick. Now, this is interesting. The little tumbler has already got a bung hole ready to go for the LED, or it appears that way. Yes, it's definitely hollow. That's good. I'm not going to paint the inside of it. I really don't want to alter this because I found it in mint condition, a USA version of the tumbler. The 1966 Batmobile, however, no light once again. And what did they show virtually every episode when they hopped into the Batmobile? This thing would light up, woof, and there was that sound effect. Now I can't remember if it was blue or red. Well, I've got red LEDs. That'll do me. It'll go well with the red markings, but bit of detail in there. I'm a bit worried about drilling into this, so I'm not going to touch this one. I'm going to make this latest one be the test case. If it turns out, if it works, I'll then do the tumbler, and then finally I'll do this one. I'll risk destroying this lovely detail, or don't know about that, but I would like these to light up. Again, I think, me personally, that's a critical feature. If you're going to add lights to the car, that's number one on the list. And they didn't even bother. I don't get that. They've done such a good job otherwise. But how can you create these and not put the rocket light in? I don't get it. It's a mystery to be solved, folks. Anybody got any ideas? Why would they not do that? I don't get it. Yes. Now, before anyone at Scalextric weighs in, wouldn't that be a surprise if they actually did? Don't tell me, counting, we had a limited budget, we had to work with them. Yeah, how do you explain this one? The one you put out prior to this one? Guess what? It's got a bloody big rocket light. Don't believe me? Let's stick it on the track. Let's go have a look at the lights, yeah? This came out before this one. Let's go have a look. All right, so here's the front end of it. You take off and look at those lights. Front lights, engine lights, amazing. But what's on the back? Well, here's the back end, folks, and what do we have? We have a bloody great big blue rocket light. Look at that. Looks fantastic, especially with the red lights either side. Look at that. Oh, rocket light. What a novel idea. Yes, I believe we've made our point there. This car, this was their third Batmobile. Bloody great car. Awesome job by Scalextric. Great packaging. The people in the packaging department, if any of you just by some miracle is watching this video, you do a fantastic job. Love the packaging of this, that, all of them. They're so well packaged. This car especially, I think, is the best of the bunch because it's got a bloody rocket light. This one's come out. It's in a bigger box. They've put more effort in. No bloody rocket light. I'm having to install one. I'm having to create one. Robert Swift Slot felt the same way. He did a fantastic job. Now his Batmobiles have got rocket lights. Well, thank you, Rob. I'm soon about to share in that joy of having rocket lights on the Batmobiles too. Let's hope it all works out. But again, I ask, how can you omit that? How can you get that so horribly wrong? It's like it's a main feature of the whole Batmobile thing, the bloody rocket light at the back. You can't have one without the other. Good grief. And you can't tell me, accountant, we had to work and we had to limit it. Yeah, you put it on this one. This and lights in here. You managed to bring it in to the right price point. And even if this had bumped the price up a couple of bucks, kids, adults, all over the world, fans would have paid for it because they're getting a ruddy, great, lovely, big, shiny, scary, epic rocket light at the back. How cool. They just run it to see the rocket light. No rocket light. Right, no rocket light. Yeah. And I know I'm harping on about it, but bloody hell, how can you forget that? God! Okay, with the help of my new little helping hand helper soldering station, I have successfully created this. I've attached the positive side to the little thing. I've wired 2 bits of wire on, a red and a black. Red positive, black other. And I'm just I've just put some electrical tape on it for the time being, but I'll get some heat shrink and sort it out, make it very nice and neat and tidy. I've soldered it directly on, as I saw on the Swift slots thing, and let's go try it. Let's go try it before we put the lid on. So we go in next door, pop it on the track. Let's see what happens. Does it light up from the front? Yep. Oh, did we get it? We did. Let's bend that around. So from the back, we got the rear lights and the rocket light. Oh, there it is. How cool. It's actually working. All right, so let's go back and put the Batmobile back together, and then we'll try it as a complete little vehicle. See, Scalextric, how easy was that? How easy was that? And this cost me, what, less than $2? Yeah, I don't get it. All right, I've got the light aligned in the back there. I'll just put the little screws back in place. This is the trickiest part, putting the screws back in, especially when you're getting older and your eyesight's going. Got a message from somebody. Do these up. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, yeah, this is the tricky bit, putting the screws back in, and then usually this is where nothing works, right? You put the screws in and now it stops working. It was working perfectly a moment ago, and now all of a sudden, put the screws in, no longer operates. Something's gone horribly wrong. Put that in, there it is. Give it a shake. No screws falling out, they are in properly. There's the light, look at that. I've painted silver. Let's go back in. Oops, sorry for bumping into the thing. Look, it's the bat jet. Yeah, no, that's not very convincing, is it? Let's put it here on the finishing line, grab our controller again. Let's line up behind, and do we have bat flame on? Oh, look at that! Oh, they even look like a flame. Holy mackerel. Look at it. Oh, let's see it come around the corner. Oh, look at the red flame out the back. That's way better. How cool is that? Let's see it go down the big pooper shooter. Here it comes. Red flame. Oh, can you believe it? Now that's a Batmobile. Hang on, I just bumped into that. I want to see this go through the tunnel. Let's get it under there. Here we go. And red flame. How good is that? That is fantastic. Job well done. Seriously, that is so good. Look at that, flame on. That's another character. All right, well, that is what I call a success. And again, yeah, I know I'm being a bit of a shit stirrer, but folks, why? Why not include that? Why not? I don't even think that cost $2. It was one resistor, one red LED light, and two little bits of wires. I reckon easily less than $1 really in components, and that's at retail over the counter. If you're a big company and you're getting all the supplies in huge bulk quantities for sweet bugger all, I can't understand why that was not a standard inclusion. That really finishes that car off. And Rob at Swift Slots, huge thank you for your video, mate. Inspired me to get this done. That looks great. On the track, looks fantastic. It's like this huge glowing flame and it spreads out across the surface of the track. When I do this cinematic, this is gonna look amazing. Great stuff. Now I just got two more to do. Let's go. Okay, slot car adventurers, to sum it all up, that's all that's to it. So I'll put it back in the display case. Looks nice. There it is. It looks like it came that way. Was not at all difficult to do. Cost next to nothing. Now, a good point that Pat said to me is, there was these light kits and then they weren't available and everybody was going on, oh, the light kits aren't more available anymore. And as Pat said, you don't need them. You go to your electronics store, in this case in Australia, this is JCar Electronics, tell them what you're doing. You've got a slot car, it runs on X amount of volts. You're wanting to add some LEDs, some coloured LEDs, wherever, at the back, underneath, I'm going to get to that in a sec. And you just need the right resistor, because what you're doing is if it's a 3-volt LED, the resistor is dropping that voltage down. No matter what juice you're giving it, it's dropping it down to the 3 volts. That's what I understand anyway. Not an expert on this, but this wire was, I don't know, a couple of dollars for a little spool. I'm going to use that on all sorts of things. When you do the math, it's total to put that was definitely less than a couple of dollars. Not a difficult mod to do at all. It worked. That was my first attempt. It worked first go, and now I'm thinking, bloody hell, you could take your GT cars and put the Fast and Furious green glow underneath them, drill a couple of little holes. You probably only need 2 or even 1, just shining underneath the car, a green LED, one of these, same thing, soldered to the engine along with the other stuff, and next thing you know, look, you could go nuts. You could go absolutely nuts, and I think I'm going to dabble in that too. I'm going to do a few different mods along the way, but it's not the end of the world if you can't get these light kits. As Pat says, you don't bloody need them. You could get the amber LED, bung it in an exhaust pipe. Then again, that might not work because that's coming on all the time, isn't it? You want it to come on, you'd have to figure out how to hook that up to the brake light. You know how some of those cars, the digital ones, you lift your thumb off, the car brakes, that's when you want the amber light coming on in the exhaust pipe. You'd be able to figure it out, you'd definitely be able to figure it out. The point is, you can do all these things without spending a bloody fortune, and just go into those electronic shops, the people there behind the counter, very helpful, they know what to do. The character who helped me out that day, it took all of a couple of minutes, and he looked up and found exactly the right resistors, and they come in a bulk pack like that, several in a pack for just a few bucks. It's amazing. So folks, one Scalextric Batmobile with a bloody rocket light. Again, how difficult was that, and why did they not do that? That is one of life's great mysteries. I don't think we'll ever get a straight answer, because whatever they say, they put one on the previous car release. What the hell? Oh, WT, you know what, right? I don't get it. But now this car seems complete. I'm very happy, and that looked like a real flame shooting out the back. It looked like it came out here. Look, when I do this cinematic, one thing's for sure, this is going to look amazing. Wow, very excited. I think I'll do the tumbler next, because I don't even have to drill it out. It's ready to go. Very exciting. Well, slot car adventurers, another guitar little project here. This, believe it or not, this wonderful, gorgeous looking thing is a replica guitar. It's not the real thing. It looks exactly like the real thing. It certainly doesn't quite play like the real thing. And that's a good thing, which I'll get to. And it didn't sound like the real thing. Now it sounds about 10 times better. So I've been working away on this thing last night and this morning, basically doing the same things I've shown before on this channel. First of all was to strip it down and replace the hardware on these replica guitars. You definitely get what you pay for. All you're concerned about is the quality of the timber, the neck, the timber. Did they get it right, etc. They're usually furnished with El Cheapo pot metal garbage, hardware and pickups. These are the pickups I pulled out. Even the gold plating looks shit. It's got that greenish tinge to it. And on the back, yeah, the dreaded B. Yep. They're not the worst that come on these instruments, but not to worry, that'll go in the bin. I've replaced the tailpiece and the bridge with some very quality aftermarket ones by this company, Geica. You get these on Amazon. They're a whole kit. You know, they've got the posts and everything. Actually, this one is going on my artist guitar. It's got the roller pieces in the bridge there. I tried this on this guitar, but it raised it up a bit too high, and then the string action couldn't come down any lower. So this one sits a little bit more low profile, and the action is quite acceptable. Being a neck through guitar, neck through body construction, it's not like we can actually put in a shim and tilt the neck, or this has been screwed down as far as it goes. So again, I think they might have got the tilt not quite right, so we can't get the action super low. That's low enough for me. That's like, I think that's to standard spec actually, but the guitar I did, the Jackson, is way lower than that. It's so low it's almost touching the frets, and there's not a dud note on the fretboard. So I've replaced these first. I've just installed the new iron gear pickups. In this occasion, I've put in the Dirty Torque in the bridge and their Blues engine in the neck. These are a classic combination. If you've got like a top of the line Gibson Les Paul, this is the sort of thing you're after to take it next level. Much better than the standard pickups that come in guitars. Great pickups from Iron Gear. Love these. I've got this combination in my white Les Paul, and holy moly does that guitar kick ass. It's amazing. So I thought, well, for this Explorer, this would be just the thing. So you'll remember last year I put together a kit guitar, and that was the Flying V. Well, I wanted to do a kit guitar Explorer, but when I looked at what was available, I didn't like the necks. One, they were all bolt-ons. I did not want a bolt-on on an Explorer. And two, they didn't have the block inlay all the way up to here. This part here was blank, and they just didn't look right to me. I wanted one that looked, I wanted to try and get, well, exactly this look. And so I thought, I wonder if I should get one of those funny guitars and treat that as a kit. Strip it all down, go to town on it, work it, and see if I can transform it into an actual real guitar. And folks, I've been quite successful. I'm very happy. First of all, I swapped that out. I've just put these in, but before I did those, I had to completely straighten the neck. I had to use this tool here to lay down between the frets. First of all, you get the neck, with the strings removed, you get the neck perfectly straight. And to do that, you've got to adjust the truss rod. There's a little Allen key head bolt in there. Got to be very careful. You can just break the neck if you don't know what you're doing. Anyway, I taped it up with masking tape, and then I used my fret leveling tool. See, it's a nice straight edge. You've got different grading. That's looking a bit used. I might need a new one. Different gradings on each side. Nice straight edge. And what it does, it gets the surface of the frets all consistently level. And then I use my Baroque fret crowning tool. So you've got different sizes, different scales there. You've even got a flat one for the edge of the frets. Yes, it's all by hand, this. No CNC machines, no Plek machines, all by hand. And then once I got that right, I'm using steel wool to polish the frets, and even a Faber-Castell eraser using the emery side, the blue side, you know, the side for erasing biro. Got the pencil side, you got the biro side, and the biro side works by ripping the shit out of the paper. It doesn't erase any bloody thing, does it? But it's brilliant on smoothing the frets. And I also added some conditioning to the fretboard. It's come up a treat. I've replaced the bloody tuners. It's got now these gorgeous locking tuners. I think these are Jin Ho. They're a Korean tuner that don't cost the earth, but they're still bloody good. And the gold plating looks like gold, not bloody green, frickin' whatever, but they look gorgeous. So that totally transformed this guitar. The only things I didn't replace was the switch. That was surprisingly good. And the strap lock buttons. They're not locks, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Another thing that was wrong with this guitar is the line of the pickguard. The knobs are supposed to be in perfect line with that pickguard, but they weren't. They were off at an angle, so I had to remove all this, file the holes, sort of file this one this way, file that one that way, so I could sort of get these more in line with that. And I was successful, except I did have a little mishap, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's a dirty big scratch here and a ding here. You can't really see it, and that's because I got my Meguiar's car polishing ultimate compound. This is a secret weapon on guitar finishes. So buffed out these nasty scratches. I couldn't believe it when it happened. The thing just came out too far and went slap. Oh shit! But yeah, you can't see it. You can see some grubby fingerprints there, but you can't see the scratch. You just got to be at the right angle and you'll get a glimpse of it. So I've tested the pickups. They're all good. Everything's working. It's come up a treat. I'm just working on the intonation. I've got this plugged in, as you can see, my trusty old Korg tuner. This thing's about 45 years old. It's awful. You switch it, it's sort of, you know, it's not chromatic, it's a drag. It's not one of those auto detect type tuners. But here's the trade-off. It friggin' works. It's bloody accurate. It doesn't matter what pickup it is. And for doing the intonation, it clearly hears the 12th fret harmonic. So we can definitely get the intonation spot on, which I've done. It's absolutely meticulously spot on. Probably the most accurate intonation I've ever achieved on any of my guitars. Amazing. So hats off to Geica. Great brand of aftermarket parts that won't cost the earth. You can go nuts spending it. These are very much like, anyone heard of Tone Pros? So these have got the locking thing. Whoever built this did a fantastic job, and it's not a CNC machine, you know, regurgitation. This is made by hand. There's a lot of little telltale signs. So there's a slight bump there, see that? And there's the same here. So it's not perfectly straight. It's definitely been cut out by hand and finished by hand. These are slight imperfections that you wouldn't really see until they're pointed out. But I tell you what, a lot of love went into this thing. Whoever built it, and I've got to congratulate them, because I've played the real thing and I can't really discern one from the other. It's absolutely superb. And it wasn't, like I said, it was basically, well, put it this way, it was probably only fit to be hung on the wall as an ornament, but I've gone to town on it. I've applied some craftsmanship on the neck and everything. Didn't need a lot of work, but holy moly, it has come up a treat. Very, very, very pleased with it. And I'm just waiting on some new sets of strings. I'll get them fitted. I've got everything set up with new strings. We'll be able to plug it in and rock out, and I might record some new music for the channel with this very axe. So folks, yeah, I'm I'm pretty pleased with this purchase. It's as another project. It wasn't quite a kit guitar, but I certainly had to do some work on it. I just didn't have to assemble the neck to the body and paint the thing. That was already done, but everything else has been removed and gotten rid of. It may as well have been a kit. All up, it's come in probably under $500, $550. Yeah, about 550 Australian dollars all up for something. The neck is glorious now. It's beautiful. The balance of the guitar is perfect. It's playing nicely as it is. It's only got 5 strings on at the moment, but I can't wait to get it fully strung and try it out properly. It's a great guitar. I love it. I would not write it off as some dodgy thing made, where that, it's only good to hang on the wall. This you could go on stage and it would be a reliable instrument. It's perfectly in tune. The intonation is perfect. The locking tuners from Jin Ho are superb for the money. I believe Wilkinson rebrand these as their own. That's another excellent brand that does not cost the earth. Now you could go to town and put the top of the line Goto pieces on here, and that's always a possibility down the line, but so far these have doing the trick. They're brilliant. So that's my latest project guitar. It's coming along. Yeah, so I guess that's all I can show you today. I'll polish it off with my favourite guitar polish, is the Ernie Ball instrument polish. I really like that. And what else? That's it. That's all I can show you. But isn't that a cracker? Look at the back of that. It's just magnificently built. The neck onto the body is superb. It's well balanced. It's not tipping one way or the other. It's brilliant. Very happy with it. Great instrument. Always wanted an Explorer, and this is probably way better option than trying to do a kit from scratch. I don't think I could have done it justice with the painting. I don't have a proper painting facility, but this is all done. It's got the clear coat. It's been polished to perfection. Very good. And it's got the look, hasn't it? It's got that mean hard rock. Who uses these actually? Metallica use this style of guitar, don't they? Yeah, and I love the black with the gold hardware. It's just such a classic look. The old Marshall amps, black with the gold fascia plate. Yeah, leave it with me. I'll get it finished, and if those strings show up before I'm supposed to upload this video, I'll load it up and blast a few more chords out. But otherwise, that's my latest guitar project. Bit of a one, but I'm happy with it. It's turned out. The beauty of this is it cost next to nothing, and if it didn't turn out, I'd just hang it on the wall and it would still look cool. But as it is, it's actually turned out. It's actually a seriously good guitar. Very pleased. And another guitar mission accomplished there, Slot Car Adventurers. That one turned out really, really nice. Now, to finish off this week, let me remind you, first of all, I'm doing my Hughes Garage Panoramic billboard giveaway. We've got a couple, 2 or 3 of these to give away, me and the guys at Magnetic Racing. Basically, everyone's supposed to take a picture of their favourite kit they've built from Magnetic Racing, or a space on their layout where they'd like to see this billboard if they really truly want one, and post that picture on Magnetic Racing's community forum page on Facebook. Join it while you're at it, and add the caption HGSCA, Hughes Garage Slot Car Adventures. You don't have to type anything else, but you can if you like. just make it a great pic. Show off your work, show off the space that you like to see a billboard. And we'll be probably closing that this coming week, and the guys will be sitting down and we'll probably choose some winners. So we'll get on to that. This is going to be a fun one. The billboards look terrific. I'm very, very pleased with the final design. I love the little footsies. See them on the base there? Little footsies. Yeah, it turned out great. So folks, got to be in it to win it. Jump in that. But the big one, the big little giveaway, the big giveaway coming up is next week, next Thursday night. It was going to be Wednesday. Once again, we're doing it on Thursday. This is the Aussie Slot Car Show live. 8 p.m. Australian Daylight Savings Time. If you're in Queensland and the like, we don't have Daylight Savings, it'll be 7 p.m. Overseas in America, it's about 4 a.m. And in the UK, it's around 9, 10 a.m. So be sure to be present, be in the chat. Not only is it our last one for the year, but the epic giveaway, as you would have seen on Slot Car Hub's latest video. If you haven't, you need to go watch that video. He reveals the car. It's a NSR Rothmans Porsche. It's a beautiful looking car. He's got it in possession. Bonza has delivered the car, and Bonza is giving this car away to some lucky person out there in the slot carring world. Doesn't matter what country you're in. If you're in the chat and just follow the directions on the night, and some lucky person will win the NSR Rothmans Porsche. And yeah, it's a beauty. Check Slot Car Hub's video, and you'll see the car itself. I'm hoping I can get. Oh no, I'll be on the thing, so I can't enter it. We can't enter it, but you most certainly can. So make sure you're there for the live. Don't show up an hour late. Check on the times beforehand. Work it out wherever you are. You set your alarm. Get up. Be there. Be on the chat, and be ready to have a crack at that one. It's going to be an awesome giveaway. Great Christmas present for somebody. Don't miss out. And that is all I've got for you this week, folks. Now, I might be taking next weekend off. We're getting close to Christmas. We'll see how we go. I might have something. We'll play it by ear. But whenever I come back, I'll see you then next time on Hughes Garage Slot Car Adventures. That is awesome. Rocket light. That is freaking amazing. About through here. Oh, that's incredible.